So I guess let's unpack it.
For the past 4 weeks I've been dealing with illness, fever and worse. I guess that probably explains why this package has been unopened in my workshop for almost 2 weeks now. Because normally when I get an exciting delivery like this, I can barely wait until I get home from the post office before the package is teared open. But this package, yeah, it requires a bit of energy. The pallet is marked 200 kilograms, and inside is something I honestly never thought I'd be able to afford. It's a high quality laser engraver and cutting machine with most of the available accessories. And since this is a, I will say, high-end machine, it costs a bit. And the reason I can suddenly afford this for my hobby is simple. xTool sent it to me. For free. I think it's amazing what you can afford when the price tag is zero. At least that's how it feels when the offers come in. That said, it's not completely free. I do have to pay tax on deliveries like this. But still, I will say it's a dream scenario. Getting these high-end machines and equipment, supporting my hobby. My first 20 videos here on the channel was made entirely out of my own pocket. I had absolutely no goal of becoming a so-called YouTuber. I just uploaded some videos of my hobby to learn something new and hopefully inspire others to do the same. I mean the actual build projects. It was a very dark and heavy period in my life, and the projects in the garage genuinely helped me with my mental health. And to my surprise, the videos started getting a lot of views. And then my friend Preben said something that stuck with me. He said that if I ever manage to earn a single dollar on YouTube, it will be both incredible and ridiculous.
Wow.
That's when I got a new goal. My goal was to reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year. The minimum requirement for monetization.
Yeah. It's about 100 kilograms. So how should I get the 100 kilogram machine on top of this table?
And I will say that I actually did it.
Yeah.
I did something ridiculous, getting more than 1,000 subscribers. So this turned out to be right at the limit of what the machine could actually lift, especially at that reach so far out. The pallet forks alone weigh around 70 kilos, and the machine and the pallet itself, I guess it's around 140. So that means it's over 200 kilograms on the boom of the mini excavator.
Haha. Yep, it's big.
The machine comes with a small exhaust fan and also some flexible tubing.
Is it for hanging the P3 on the wall maybe?
And this here is some coolant for the cooling system.
Tools, and also I think this is the key. It has to be plugged in for the machine to work. For safety, some masking tape. Maybe they expected me to damage the walls or something.
Today the channel has around 68,000 subscribers and it's growing fast. And some videos ends up generating a decent amount of income, while others don't. That's just how it works. You can put a lot of money and weeks of effort into one project and it generates $10. And then another video, something simple, almost accidental, suddenly takes off. Like my mini excavator videos.
Welcome our friends from Norway, okay?
Thank you.
So it's unpredictable. You really have to enjoy making videos to keep doing this. But suddenly it can also turn into a small business, I guess. But yeah, maybe I should say a few words about the machine itself. This is the xTool P3. It's an 80 watt CO2 laser cutter and engraver, a serious piece of equipment. It's their flagship model, but they also have similar smaller and cheaper alternatives. So what can this machine actually cut? With its powerful 80 watt CO2 laser, the P3 can slice through a whole range of materials with ease. It's really great for cutting wood, including thicker boards, up to 20 mm in a single pass. It also cuts acrylic up to roughly 25 mm thick, and that's also with a single pass. I think that's really impressive. And beyond that, it also handles materials like leather and fabric, rubber, and other soft to medium density materials. And the working area on this machine is huge, 91.5 times 45.8 centimeters, or 36 inches wide and 80 inches deep. Plenty room for big projects and also batch work. Another nice feature is the conveyor system. It allows materials to be automatically fed in and out of the machine, instead of having to stop and reposition everything manually. In other words, you are not limited to the size of the workspace inside the machine. You can cut and engrave long pieces of material, and the machine itself will do all the actual work. And the machine that xTool was kind sending me has the complete set of conveyors, both the ones that's attached to the machine and also the separate one that you can place on the floor. So I'm really looking forward to testing this on some large projects. One of the most impressive things about the machine is how intelligent it is. It uses LiDAR, autofocus and dual cameras to automatically measure, focus and position the laser with high precision. That saves a lot of time and removes a lot of guesswork. The machine also has an integrated active water cooling system to keep the CO2 laser tube at a stable and safe temperature. It's one of those things that you really don't think about while it's working, and that's a good thing, I guess. It runs quietly in the background and does its job. The only thing I had to do myself was to fill the cooling system with a mix of coolant and distilled water, adjusted for the lowest temperature possible in the room. I just fill it up to the max line on the gauge. Another great thing is the software the machine is using. It uses xTool's own software called xTool Studio, and it's designed to be user-friendly and intuitive, which I will confirm. In the software you can easily make your own design, or you can import the most common file types like SVG and DXF, PNG, JPG and PDF. The thing I was most impressed about was the simplicity of the workflow. You just place the material inside the machine, close the lid, and the system does the rest. After I place the material inside the machine, the built-in camera immediately takes a picture of the workspace and display it directly inside the software. And that means I can visually position my design exactly where I want it, right on top of the actual material. And combined with the automatic focus system, the machine measures the material height, sets the correct focus and removes a lot of the usual setup work. I guess this one was a little bit too easy, so let's make a sign of my actual logo for the YouTube channel. Since the plate wasn't completely flat, I secured it using these adjustable clamps. And this was real fascinating to watch, at least for a while. And that's because the engraving process took around 40 minutes. But the cutting, yeah, it was done in seconds. After cutting was done, it was easy to remove the leftovers by simply pulling out this tray. Removing the leftovers is important to reduce the risk of fire. The logo itself is already done, but now I want to create a backplate to mount the logo on, just to give it a little visual effect and also make the whole thing solid. I wanted the backplate to be cut out so it follows the outer shape of the logo. And this was also super easy to do, using the offset function. Here it is in normal speed. As you see, it's real fast. Nice. The engraved wood on wood didn't really pop out, so I wanted a bit more contrast. And this spray can was pretty much empty, but it was the only black one I had. so I only got one chance. I also added a touch of copper, purely as a visual effect. And this is where things start to go sideways, as usual. I figured it might be a bit of a hassle, but it turned out to be a really stupid idea. The glue was old and thick, which made it hard to apply a thin enough layer without just making a big mess. And glue combined with paper is always a winner, I guess. Yeah, what can I say? Alright, time to clean up my own mess. I think this is the better choice. There it is. I think it turned out quite good. It was a bumpy ride, but yeah, also the first time making something like this. And I must say, the P3 machine has really impressed me, and also the software, because this design, not that easy to make, but with the software, I think I probably used around 5 minutes making all this. Of course, I have the actual picture of the logo from before. I simply use the built-in AI tool to remove the background from the picture, and it also made these connections so that everything is in one piece. And almost everything in the software is kind of self-explanatory. So I haven't done any course or watched any YouTube videos or anything, but there it is. So I will call that a win.